Hello, in this video we are going to talk about the node edit fields in n8n, commonly just called the set node. This node is just like a little notepad within your workflow. It lets you add, change, or remove data fields as your information passes through the automation. If that sounds a bit abstract, don't worry. We will break it down in super simple terms and go through how to configure it step by step. We will also give an example so you can see how useful this set node is for tidying and shaping your data. Ready to become an n8n data organizer? Let's get into it. Imagine you have a list of information, like a roster of names, and you want to add an extra node to each name or maybe remove some details you don't need. The set node is your tool for that job. In n8n, the edit fields node is used to create new data fields or modify existing ones in the atom passing through. Think of it like editing a form. You can write new info in blank spots or cross out and change things that are already there. For example, say your workflow got a person first name and last name separately from an earlier node, but you would like a single full name. The set node can combine those new into the new fields called full name. It's very handy for cleaning up data, renaming fields, adding default values, or filtering out bits you don't need. Essentially, the set node lets you to reshape data in your workflow to fit the next node's needs. It doesn't call external service or trigger anything. It simply works with the data you already have in the workflow. Because of this, it's a core node in many n8n workflows, helping you prepare data so everything lines up nicely. Setting up edit field node is super easy and user friendly. Let's do it step by step. Drag the edit field node into your workflow at the point where you want to adjust your data. This could be after another node that brings in data, like after an HTTP request or a webhook, or before sending data out, like before a Google Sheet or a database node. When you click on set node, you will usually see it has a few options: keep only set or add field mode. Keep only set means you will throw away all incoming fields except the one you explicitly set here. Add field means you will keep all the original data and just add or change the field you specify. For beginners, add field is safer so you don't accidentally lose data. Define fields. Now you can add the fields you want to create or edit. For each field, click add field within the node parameters. Type the name of the field, for example, full name, status, grade. Set the value of that field. You can type a static value like the word completed or active, or reference existing data using expressions. For example, to combine first and last name, you might set the value to an expression like JSON first name plus JSON last name, which joins first name and last name with a space in between. If you chose add fields mode, the node will by default pass through all the original data along with your new edited fields. If you chose keep only set, then only the fields you define will remain in the output. Double check you pick the right mode for your needs. If you realize you only want certain fields plus your new ones, you can uncheck keep all the other fields and manually select which ones to keep. Now that your data is nicely formatted, you can send it on. Now, if the next node is expecting a field with a specific name, make sure your set nodes named it correctly. For instance, if you plan to add a row to a Google Sheet with a full name column, ensure you used the exact field name the Google Sheet node will look for, or map it accordingly. That's a simple setup. In short, add the node, specify what fields to add or change, possibly remove others, then you're done. The set nodes will take whatever data is received, apply your changes, and output the new version of that data. To make this more concrete, let's walk through a simple example. Suppose we're getting a data about students from one source, and then the first name and the last name are separate fields. We want to combine them and also tag each student as active by default. Here's how we would do it. Imagine a previous node that is coming from a database node from a Google Sheet gave us a list of our students with field, first name, last name, and grade. We want to output full name, grade, and status. We add a set node after that data. We choose add fields mode, so we will keep all existing nodes unless we remove them. We add a new field full name. For its value, we use an expression combining first name and last name with a space. Now each student item will get a new full name like Daniel Radcliffe. We add another field status and set its value to text active, which is a static value. Now every student will have this status active. Let's say we don't need to separate first and last name fields anymore since we have the full name. We can uncheck keep all other fields and manually keep only full name, grade, and status. Alternatively, we could leave them and let later nodes ignore them. Either way, it's fine. The set node output each student item with a full name, grade, and status. We have effectively edited our data. We merged two fields into one and added a new field with a default value. Now, if we connect this to, say, a Google Sheet node to add rows to a separate sheet, we can map full name, grade, and status to columns. Our spreadsheet will get nice full names and the status of each student. This example shows the power of the set node. It's like a mini data workshop inside your workflow. You can construct exactly the data structure you need, whether it's combining names, calculating a new value, like adding two numbers into the sum field, or stripping down a huge JSON to just a few keys you care about. The set node is your friend for data transformation in n8n. That wraps up our look at the edit field nodes. You have now seen how it's used to add or modify information within your workflow data, acting like your automation editor desk. This node is crucial for keeping your data organized and ready for the next steps. If you found this explanation helpful, please like the video and hit subscribe for more beginner-friendly n8n tips. I would also love to hear from you. If you have any question or interesting ways you plan to use a set node, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next node in our series.